Good morning everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I have a December plan with me with Cocoa Daisy and the Nordic Woods kit. So it's one of my favourite kits so far. It's just so pretty. I love the little gnomes and love all the colours, and I couldn't wait to use it. So I have the personal planner kit, and the first thing I always do with my pages is reorder them into the order that I'm going to have them in my planner. So I usually have the week on one page and then the week on two page. And then the daily to-dos sit at the back of my planner, ready to be used as and when I need them. I don't tend to use them as much. I then go to make my dividers using the papers that come in the kit. I loved all of the papers this month, but I went for the sort of two pastel-y colours. I liked the warm red and the cold blue together. So I, using a guillotine, just make them into different dividers. This month I went for 6 dividers, as I had all my sections, plus a couple of Christmas sections this month. So I've got a fair bit of planning to do for Christmas. I'm one of these people that leaves it until December. So what I then do is I will alternate the colours of the dividers, but the tabs I always like them to match the dividers if possible. I didn't do that in the last 2 months because the kits I used the colours didn't always match up that well. But this month I loved how the tabs matched the pages. So I kind of do the bluey, greeny, colder colours with the blue pages, and then the warmer, glowy colours with the red ones. And I like how that looks laid out together. For some reason, every month I always say this, but doing the tabs and the dividers is one of my favourite bits to do. And then what I will do is put my pages into my planner, just so I can decide what dividers I'm going to use where. I like the dividers to contrast with the pages. So that's quite a warm coloured page, so I'll put the blue next to that. I think I'll just stick with stickers, yep. So the tabs, I do 3 sets of 3, if that makes sense. So I used to, when I had an A5 planner, try and fit all 5 tabs down one side. Now I'll do 3 tabs sticking out and then another 3 tabs. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I think it does. So I'll stick all the tabs on and then stick the little stickers on as well. There's not always a sticker for the sections, so sometimes I'll write it on. I can't read that from here what it says, but I think it's probably a tracker section. And those pens that come in the kit always write really nice, so they're good to write on the little tabs. And I'll do the top and the bottom first, and then it gives you an idea of where to stick the middle tab. And then sometimes I'll do a sticker on the front and the back, if it works, so that when you're in your planner you can look and see what sections are ahead without having to flip back and forth so much. That's my first 3, so that's what I mean by 3 tabs down the side, and then the next 3 will be down the side as well, rather than trying to fit all 6 to stick out together. And then it doesn't bother me too much that there's a crease in some of these pages where the pages are folded. Obviously I prefer it if there wasn't, but if they went back to the A5 size I wouldn't be able to get 6 dividers out of 2 pieces of paper. So this is actually better, and I normally just stick something over the crease or add a bit of decoration, and it doesn't bother me at all, especially when your planner's closed and it flattens it down. So I realised I had these little stamps that must have come in with another kit I had. I have no idea which kit it was now, I can't remember, but it was definitely Cocoa Daisy. And they all say things like to do or next month, this month, tracker. and they work perfectly and they fit in the tabs really well. So I went through my stash trying to find some ink to use for it, and in the end I decided to use this red colour, I think, because that again is quite a nice warm colour that looks good on the tab. And I always do it on the front and the back, like I said, so you can see wherever you are in your planner what section's what. And then I just stick those on in the middle. That one's going to be, let it go straight for the middle. Oh, I braved it. So like I said, normally I would do the top and the bottom. Oh, I kind of just quickly measured it out. And then Pritt Stick works really well. I did have one of those it's like a Tipex roller, but it's got sticky on it. I was a bit annoyed because it didn't last very long. It did about 10 pages, and then that was it. So I just stick with Pritt Stick, and it's only a cheap one, and it works really well. I think it's probably just from like Wilko's or somewhere. But nothing I've ever Pritt Sticked has come apart, so that's good. And I realised I had this little stamp that was like an outline, and it matched perfectly on the tab. It made me feel very happy. It lined up exactly with the white box. And then I put a sticker on one side, and I think this one said something like ideas or inspiration. Sometimes, you know, when you get your head is full of like ideas and stuff, and you're like, what? So this is where I put it down. And I decided to do this little thing with the stamp where I used two colours. I used a dark blue and a light green, and sort of merged it together so the word itself changes between the two colours. And I was really pleased with how it turned out. I was quite proud of it. So I'm going to have to try doing more stamping like that, because I was really pleased with how it worked out. Then just hole punch them all and put them in the planner. And this hole punch is amazing. I've just got it off Amazon. I still haven't figured out how to do A5 pages with it. I've done it in the past by flipping the page, and then for some reason it doesn't always work. So if I'm doing A5, I'll just use a single punch and do it one at a time. But for this it works perfectly. And then I just put all my tabs in, all my dividers in. And something is really satisfying about having a planner closed and seeing all the tabs down the side. Yeah, it made me very happy. Something about that is just so satisfying. I don't know, maybe I'm just obsessed with paper too much, but it does make me happy to look at. And then I just put things like the pen in, and I fill the pockets up with sort of paper clips eventually, and I put the notepad in the back there as well. Those notepads are really good. I have quite a lot left, but I do use them. Even if I don't use them within that month, I always end up using all of them. I love that little bunny clip, it's so cute. Next thing is stickers, and this month I think I actually kept all the stickers in the same place. And I did make a mistake, as I always do, and I forgot about Sunday, so I just kept stickering, and then halfway through I realised, oh my god, I didn't take out Sunday stickers, so I had to go back and redo it. But I cut that out of the video so you didn't have to watch me do it again and again, because this bit is probably the longest part, is sticking out all these stickers. But again, it's something really satisfying about doing it. That's when I realised I did it wrong and I had to unstick everything and stick it down again. But it's fine. The good thing with these stickers is if you're careful, you can get them back up again quite nicely, and they re-stick. So next thing I wanted to do is, I liked what I did last month with the flap for the week on one page, but my concern was this little gnome. I didn't want to chop him, so I just measured roughly, I think it's about 1 centimetre, that I ended up chopping off, and that worked perfectly. I didn't chop the gnome, and I was able to make a little flap out of all the pages. And I use these at the moment for my exercise tracker. So I've started doing that a bit more now. Admittedly, I've been very busy this month and I haven't touched this planner an awful lot. So I need to go back through it soon and have a little look through, because I don't know about anybody else, but do you have planner crises? That's a really hard word to say, but like where you're thinking, oh my god, I want to subscribe to everything, I can't afford to subscribe to everything, what am I going to use? What shall I do? I've done this so many times. I've tried every different type of planning, and personal pages seems to work best for me, but I still find myself thinking I want to try this and I want to do that. It's very difficult. So I've just stuck with this for the moment because it works, but I'm still thinking about, shall I try something like my A5 pages but in a bullet journal? Don't know if that would work. Anyway, back to the video. I will line up the week on one page with the week on two pages, and that blank page there will become my Sunday. Sunday is the day off we get together every week, so that is why it's a big empty day. And the washi tape works perfectly there because the pattern goes straight up, and then this becomes Sunday. I try to write really nice every time, but it doesn't always work. And I just do that for every week. See, I've tried the little Dory booklets before, and I did like using that. My only drawback was I like having the dividers. And I don't know if you can add dividers into it. You probably can, but I'm not sure how. The A5, I love the size of the pages, but when they're in a planner, it's just too big to carry around and too heavy. I've tried the mini Dory, very cute, I like it, but probably not enough space. I can't really subscribe to more than one thing because I did that in the past and it was a very slippery slope, I found. I bought one thing and then added another, added another, added another, added another, which is what I'd love to do. Unfortunately, my purse does not want me to, especially with Christmas. Yeah, so if anybody is thinking the same sort of thing and you have found the perfect way to do it, please let me know, because I really need to know. Like I said, at the moment this is working well for me. It's just sometimes I don't have time to do this. Is why I'm late with this video this month. Because I work full time, so I don't always have time to make these videos straight away or set it up a lot. I kind of need something that's good to go. Yeah. Any top tips would be much appreciated. I just then write my numbers on, and I started my month on the 2nd, so December started on a Sunday, and I would rather have the 31st this month than the 1st, so I just started my planner on the 2nd. And I actually prefer just writing these numbers in. I thought about stamping it before, but this actually, I like how it looks. It seems quite simple. I never know though whether to like write over the artwork or right next to it. I went for next to it. Because the stamps that I have wouldn't do it as thin as this either. They're much thicker. I did say in a previous video it was really hard to find number stamps, and I realised when I was making this planner I have had number stamps the whole time. So all those times I've been thinking, oh, as if only I could find a number stamp, nowhere sells one, I actually have some. And I frequently use the letters that are attached to them. I just had never noticed there was numbers on them. Bizarrely though, if you look at the stamps, I have actually used the numbers. So why I didn't remember that is for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, I was pleased with that. That pen is just amazing as well. It just writes so nice. So this is where I decided to decorate some of the dividers. Just quite simple with a couple of the stickers. I especially like these little gnome stickers we got this month. It was at the subscriber exclusive, I think. But can never complain about having extra stickers. Keep thinking about a sticker subscription kit. But like I said, I'll just end up buying 100 more things. So for the moment, I'm managing just to stick with this. I liked how that tree looked there. And then I think at the front here I put the little sticky pads in there. Just because they fit in that little space quite nicely. Yeah. And they're handy, this one, because they just have a few little tick boxes. So quite easy to use. I almost always put these hole strengtheners around on the front cover. Even if you don't really need them, I just like how it looks. You almost need more like sheets of hole strengtheners for the other side. Oh, there we are. And then at some point I will get around to laminating that, hopefully. I didn't laminate last month, so I always say I'll do it and then I forget. I just add in a couple of little stickers, and then that is pretty much my setup now. And like I said, I'll do another video where I flip through it all